Hey guys, so this is my community windshield survey assignment. My name is Brittany. This assignment is for Nursing 447 Community Health Nursing and Nursing Case Management. So for this assignment, I chose to assess Fallbrook, California, which I have chosen as my middle to upper income community, and Vista, California, which I chose as my lower income community. Physical environment. So in Fallbrook, throughout my survey, I found that Fallbrook is a small town. Most of the area is characterized by rolling hills and is covered in avocado and citrus trees. And I found that the area has a rich agricultural heritage. In Vista, I found that Vista is a medium-sized city. There are a lot of buildings in the area, including houses, apartments, stores, and businesses. General appearance. So in Fallbrook, there are a lot of trees and open spaces. It's a small town. Not many people are out and about, only when you're in town. You don't see many people out and about in the neighborhoods. Occasionally, you'll see some people running, taking walks, biking for recreation. Um, the houses seemed to be spread apart. There were a lot of open spaces. Homes seemed to have a good amount of property. The town seemed clean. Some people seemed pretty friendly, and others seemed a little stuck up. In Vista, I found was a medium-sized city. Many people were out and about everywhere. A lot of people walking. And there were houses, apartments, and businesses everywhere. There weren't very many open spaces. People seemed very friendly and down to earth, and parts of the town are dirty and unkept. Boundaries. So in Fallbrook's located in North County, San Diego, just south of Riverside County, and east of Camp Pendleton. Neighboring cities include Bonsall to the south, Paula to the east, and Rainbow to the northeast. Vista is also located in North County, San Diego. It's about 7 miles inland from the Pacific Ocean. Its neighboring communities include Oceanside, Bonsall, and San Marcos. Housing. So in Fallbrook, I found that the median home value was about $675,000. The median rent was about $2,700. Through research, I found that most people own a home. The homes seemed to be pretty large in size, had a lot of open space, big yards, had a lot of property, and neighbors weren't very close to each other. In Vista, I found that median home value was about $392,000, median rent was about $1,300, and I found that most people rent. There seemed to be a lot more apartments than in Fallbrook. The homes seemed to be a little bit closer together. They didn't have very much property. Okay. Signs of decay, pollution, and safety. So in Fallbrook, I found no signs of decay or pollution. It seemed like a safe community. In Vista, I did find some trash in parts of town, a couple homeless on the streets, and I also found graffiti on street signs and walls. Next section will focus on people. Demographics, homogeneity. So Fallbrook population is about 46,000. The median income is about 60,000. Poverty rate about 15.7%. Race and ethnicity 60% Caucasian, 35% Hispanic, 2% Asian, and 1% African American. In Vista, population is about 93,000. Median income 52,000. Poverty rate 17.1%. So race and ethnicity, Caucasians about 40%, Hispanic 48%, Asian 4%, and African American 3%. Health, lifestyle, behaviors. So Fallbrook seemed like people had healthy lifestyles. They seem to be involved in exercise and diet. And in Vista, it seemed like they had a little bit more sedentary lifestyles. People were out and about walking a bit more. However, they seemed like they were obese and they were walking around with bags of chips and soda bottles. And then I also found drugs and alcohol to be an issue. Risk behavior. So in Fallbrook, I saw several people smoking in town. Um, there were also people in Vista who were smoking in town. Drugs and alcohol seemed to be a risk behavior, violence, and unhealthy lifestyles. Next section will focus on services, parks, recreation, and open spaces. So in Fallbrook, Fallbrook has Live Oak Park, Fallbrook Community Center, Lucy Garros Preserve, and Ingold Field, which is a sports park for youth baseball. In Vista, there's Springle Terrace Park, Buena Vista Park, Vista Sports Park, and Rancho Guajome Park. So pictures below for Fallbrook, that is a picture of Live Oak Park. And on the right, under the Vista section, that is a picture of Springle Terrace Park. Transportation. So throughout my survey, I found that most people in Fallbrook get around in their cars. Things aren't very close to each other unless you're in town. If you don't live in town, if you live kind of on the outskirts, it'll take you about 10-15 minutes to actually get into town. And then there was public transportation primarily in town. They did have a bus system. And in Vista, a lot of people seem to be using public transportation. They have a bus system, and they also have a Sprinter, which is a small train to get from one side of town to the other and to get to neighboring towns or cities. Health and social services. So in Fallbrook, there's Community Health Systems Clinic. There's multiple private doctor's offices. There's a Fallbrook skilled nursing facility and an office for women, infants, and children. In Vista, they have the Vista Community Clinic. There's Tri-City Medical Center, which is a local hospital. There's multiple skilled nursing facilities, and they also have an office for WIC. The picture below is a picture of Vista Community Clinic. Protective services. So in Fallbrook, there were multiple fire stations, which is great because in Fallbrook there's a lot of open spaces, there's a lot of brush fire. So I feel like having multiple fire stations is a great way to prepare for having fires and for fire season. They also have a sheriff's department substation in Vista. There were also multiple fire stations. There's a sheriff's department and a correctional facility. Religion. So in Fallbrook, throughout my survey, I found that most of the churches are on a specific road, which is Stagecoach. There's St. Peter's Catholic Church, Christ the King Lutheran Church, Zion Lutheran Church, and Community Baptist Church. So their religion, they seem to be very diverse in their religion. In Vista, I found that there were multiple churches throughout the city, kind of spread out throughout the city. There's St. Francis Catholic Church, North Coast Church, Grace Presbyterian Church, and United Methodist Church, among many others. Education. So in Fallbrook, Fallbrook has a Fallbrook Unified School District. Schools K through 8 include Fallbrook Elementary, La Paloma, May Ellis, Fallbrook Street, Live Oak, and William H. Fraser Elementary School. There's one middle school, which includes Potter Junior High, and one high school, which includes Fallbrook High School. In Vista, so Vista has the Vista Unified School District. K through 8 schools include Monte Vista, Breeze Hill, Bevier, Grapevine, Beaumont, Foothill, Oak, Olive, and Maryland Elementary School. And the middle schools include Vista, Magnet, Roosevelt, Madison. High schools, there's two high schools, Vista High School and Rancho Buena Vista High School. Stores and shops. So in Fallbrook, there are multiple little shops in downtown Fallbrook, mostly mom and pop stores. There didn't seem like there was much selection for stores. There's an Albertson CVS Major Market, Northgate Market, and a Dollar Tree. In Vista, there was definitely multiple stores. They also have small shops in downtown Vista, such as in Fallbrook. Their stores included Albertsons, Stater Brothers, Northgate Market, Walmart, Target, Dollar Tree, and they also have a Costco. Next section will focus on economics, business, and industry. So I found that Fallbrook, the industry is primarily agricultural. There are multiple nurseries throughout town. The picture below is a picture of Color Spot Nursery. In Vista industry, primarily in education, healthcare, and the San Diego Unified Superior Court System. Major employers, so in Fallbrook, major employers included the Fallbrook Unified School District, Color Spot Nursery, Paula Mesa Resort, and the Grand Tradition, which is a popular wedding venue. In Vista, major employers included Vista Unified School District, the City of Vista, San Diego Superior Court, Tri-City Medical Center, and Vista Community Clinic. Signs of poverty and wealth. So in Fallbrook, I found signs of wealth. There were a lot of people with nice cars. The homes seemed pretty large and very pretty and had big properties. There were a couple golf courses, which are very pretty. The picture below is a picture of Paula Mesa Resort. And in Vista, I found signs of poverty. There were multiple old apartment complexes, graffitis on the street, and high use of public transportation. So it seemed like not a lot of people had their own car. So identification of for health problems and issues. So in Fallbrook, some of the health problems and issues I found tobacco use, environmental health. There's a lot of nurseries in the area, and as I was driving through town, it smelled like pesticides, so I feel like they would benefit from environmental health. Access to health services, it seemed like they didn't have much access to health services, especially to those in need. And also, another issue was that they didn't have very many educational and community-based programs. And these are all health issues and problems which are on the Healthy People 2020 goals. So the Healthy People 2020, the goal is to reduce tobacco use and then to educate people on environmental health and to keep a healthy environment. The goal is to have people to have access to health services and more educational and community-based programs. So in Vista, the 4 health problems and issues that I have identified are tobacco use, substance abuse, nutrition and weight status, and physical activity. So these are all health issues and problems that are on the Healthy People 2020 goals. So the goal would be to reduce tobacco use, reduce substance abuse, and to educate people on nutrition and a healthy weight, and to educate people on physical activity and to have them be more involved with physical activity. So identification of community resources in Fallbrook, I found there was Community Health Systems, Fallbrook Community Center, Fallbrook Food Pantry, and WIC. Community Health Systems, it's a local clinic to help those in need. Fallbrook Community Center has a lot of educational classes and physical activity classes, and they provide lunch to seniors and other resources to seniors. Okay, so in Vista, there's Vista Community Clinic. They have a WIC office, Vista Adult Activity and Resource Center, and Tri-City Medical Center. Vista Adult Activity and Resource Center. So it's a center for adults and seniors to provide resources. They have health education and physical activity classes, which is definitely great for the community. So identification of community strengths. So in Fallbrook, I found their economy is a strength, protected services such as fire departments and CAL FIRE, because they are at an increased risk for brush fires, and then also their education system seemed to be a community strength. VISTA. So the protective services such as the Sheriff's Department and their correctional facility um, to help keep the community safe, and a lot of community resources for those in need. Their education system seemed to be very great, and then their public transportation seemed to be very helpful and great as well. So, reflections of key stakeholders and population interviews. In Fallbrook, key stakeholders that I interviewed, Jennifer V., which is director of Fallbrook Food Pantry. So she stated, believe it or not, there are a lot of people in need in our community. There are a lot of well-off people who own groves around the area who drop off boxes of fruit such as oranges and avocados. We are very grateful for those people. We're always in need of volunteers, so spread the word. Another key stakeholder, Jessica M., registered nurse for Community Health Systems Clinic. She stated, our patient population is primarily Hispanic. There aren't many health resources in our community, so we can get pretty busy. Members of population. Ronke, he stated, Fallbrook is a great place to live. I've lived here for over 30 years. And Aaron B. stated, I love living in Fallbrook. It's very safe and people are friendly. So in Vista, key stakeholders. So I interviewed Rebecca E., registered nurse for Vista Community Clinic. And she stated Vista Community Clinic has several offices around the city. It's a great resource for those in need. We strive to provide access to health services and education to those in need. Another key stakeholder, John L., volunteer for Vista Adult Activity Resource Center. He stated, I love volunteering for the center and helping provide resources for those in need. There are a lot of elderly people in the community who need transportation to grocery store and their doctor's appointments. So members of the population, Jocelyn M., stated, I noticed that crime rates have increased recently. Just the other day, there was a stabbing that was on the news. And Modesta M. stated, I don't have a car, so I use a Sprinter to get to my doctor's appointments. It's great because I can't walk much because of the arthritis in my knees. So as far as my reflection on the two communities, Fallbrook seems to be a very safe, friendly town and community. It seems like they need some more health resources for those in need. Definitely some education on some smoking cessation. And in Vista, seemed like a good community as well. It seemed like they had a lot of resources for those in need. I also found that they would benefit from some education on nutrition and healthy eating, and then physical activity. They would also benefit from smoking cessation classes. So that concludes my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and the following slide are the references that I used for my presentation. Thank you.